Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my friend $60 that I owe him? I, 30 mil, and my close friend Jake, 29 mil, have been close for years. Over the years, I lent Jake money so many times. I'm talking $50 here for gas, $100 there for a trip, even once $300 when he needed to buy an emergency PS5. There's no such thing as an emergency PS5, but okay. I never really kept track because I trusted him. He paid me back some of it over time, but he still owes me a decent chunk, which I never bugged him about. He would occasionally give me skins in the games when we play in an attempt to balance the books. One thing I will say is we as people need to have conversation with our friends to let them know that you gifting me something does not mean that you're paying me back. I want my money back. Like the money that I lent you, I want it back. Like unless I tell you you can pay me back in this and don't worry about it, then that's okay. But for you to just assume that you could just pay me back however you want to pay me back and we're just going to be squared, that's not okay. And that's how a lot of friendships get into like these little quarrels, and people start resenting each other because people don't like to speak up and have a conversation. I'm very big on conversation, and one thing about me is you're not going to think or you're not going to assume that you're going to pay me back by gifting me or giving me something or buying me something and just not going to give me back my money. I'm not doing that. Like, you're going to give me back my money. No. A few weeks ago, Jake covered my $60 when I left my wallet at home during a group dinner. I told him I'd get him back, but life got busy and I totally forgot. A few days ago, he texted me, "Can you send me that $60 from dinner?" I apologized for forgetting and said I sent it the night. I apologized for forgetting and said I'd send it that night, to which he replied, "I shouldn't have to chase you for this, man." That rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't say anything in the moment, but it really started to bug me. I thought about all the times I lent him money and how I never pressured him to pay me back. I never once sent him a passive-aggressive text or made him feel bad about it. But if I'm being honest, that's your fault. You just thought that because he's your friend, he gonna pay you back regardless. Y'all been friends for years and y'all didn't really have no issues, and you just thought he's my friend, he's gonna pay me back my money. Friends that are friends that usually think that never usually get their money back because they so nice about it and they just feel like, oh, I'm gonna get it back over time. You have to be just as vocal as him. Like, you see he texts you like, "Hey friend, can you get back my $60 from the other day from dinner?" Like, hey, like, I'm reaching out or whatever. um So I didn't send him the money right away and instead told him, "Look, I'll get I get that I owe you $60 and I'll pay you back, but let's not pretend this is a one-sided thing. You still owe me hundreds and I've never hounded you about it." Jake didn't take that well. He said it's not the same thing because I never asked for my money back, you see? And that's the thing. Like, people always assume. People always assume. So it's on me if I didn't care enough to get it. So now he's pissed at me for thinking that I didn't pay him back intentionally and saying I'm deflecting to avoid paying him back and that I'm being a stupid friend. I feel like I'm in a weird spot here. Yeah, I owe him $60 and of course I'll pay back. But on the other hand, his reaction feels so hypocritical given everything I've done for him financially over the years. Am I the asshole? Edit. I paid him back like I always intended to. If I'm being honest with you, you're not an asshole, but it's your fault because you did not vocalize that you wanted your money back. That's what that is. You have to vocalize to people. Like, with money, the money comes in between every fucking body, and we cannot just assume that our friends are just going to think that they supposed to give us back our money if we don't say nothing. One thing I will say is I've lent money out to people and they decided not to give me back my money. And I said, and I'm very vocal, when are you going to give me back my money? How long is it going to take you to give me my money? Like, I want to know. Because at the end of the day, it's my money. Like, I don't have no problem letting you borrow it if I trust you. But once you burn me or feel like, oh, I'm not giving her back her money, that's fine. That's fine. I've taken a couple of losses before, and I feel like those people are just never able to borrow money from me ever again. But you should vocalize to your friend, like, "Hey, do you mind paying me back some of the money that I've given you over the years? What about the emergency PS5 money, the $300? I want that back. Tell him, like, I want that back. Like, since we going tit for tat and you want the $60 that I owed you for, and not for nothing, not for nothing. Before I sent him back that $60, I'd have been like, okay, cool. That $300 that you borrowed from me for that PS5, I'm gonna need that back as well. I'm gonna need that back. So when you give me my $300, I will for sure send you back your $60. But next time, be vocal to your friends and let them know that you want your money back. It's only fair. Like, nobody could read minds and nobody don't know if you don't tell them. So yes, no, you're not the asshole, but be a conversationalist. Have a conversation with your friend. All right, so if you made it to the end of this video, you must know what my fun fact is about me. Fun fact is, I'm deathly afraid of heights. Deathly. But I would still go to Six Flags. And I'm going to still get on a roller coaster. But I'm going to sit my black ass in the middle. I don't sit in the front and I don't sit in the back. I want to be protected in the middle. But yeah, definitely afraid of heights. That's a fun fact about me.